welcome one and all to a very delayed video. It's been like a week and a half at least since one of these, and this might actually be the last one of the series. If it's not, then I have no idea what the next video will contain. I guess it depends on how long level 9 is. So, anyways, before I actually go to the final area, once again, I've been mentioning throughout this playthrough that, like, I'll occasionally get comments helping me, like, telling me what I need to, like, where I need to go, what I've missed, that kind of thing. They are left by a Slick Wolf, and, at the risk of being a complete jackass here, I will mention that, like, I do appreciate them, and they have been useful. However, they are usually very poorly worded and, like, not spelled correctly, so I have to, like, translate them. But, as that one said, I need to find a witch, spelled W-H-I-C-H, back at Town Isle, and, basically buy the magic key there for 950 rupees, which is a bit excessive. From what I understand, I don't actually need to do this, but it's either I do that or I have to buy like regular keys for 50 or for 500 each, and that would be more expensive. So yeah, let me just it depends on how many keys I need. If I only need like one, then just buying the one key would be fine, but I don't know if I need more than that. Alright, so how am I gonna do this? Move you up here. I think I've already screwed this. No, I think I'm good, actually. I can just do that. I was trying to be challenging and move it around the long way, but yeah, I don't need to. Plus, I think I've solved this freaking puzzle anyway, because the only reason I didn't do this before was because of this screen, because when I went here last time, I did not have the boots. So anyway, that is what I'm currently working towards, is my 950 rupee goal. That definitely helped out a bit there. Now there's a few random islands scattered around that I might have missed money on just from like the kill all enemy screens and that kind of stuff. I don't really know. And right now I could also just grind money. Like, I'm missing 110, I could just go around and kill enemies and cut bushes until I get it. It wouldn't take that long. I obviously wouldn't make you watch it. However, there is also a screen in, I think it was level C, that I mentioned several videos back, like I needed the boots to get through it or something, and I never did it. I think I went back and determined that it was money, but I didn't pick it up. So I'm just gonna go do that. It's gonna probably take a while to get there, so I will cut back when I have reached it. And here we are. Room full of spikes and mirror robes, my favorite. So if I can get through this room without having to use potions, I'll be happy. Luckily, they are morons and will do themselves in if I let them. Maybe? Actually, they're not even getting hit by that. That's problematic. I thought that did work. Wasn't there a boss that relied on that being the case? Maybe it's because those were, like, magic prisms that split the magic instead of just bounced it around. Maybe that makes the difference. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've not heard of that ever being the case. Anyway, point is, I've got a bunch of bullshit flying around this room now, and yeah, I'm dead. Okay. I could use potions, but I'm trying to conserve money, so not exactly my favorite thing to do. It doesn't take that long to get back, so whatever. You get to witness the room of excellent, unnecessary secret sounds. And I don't even have to solve any block puzzles to get back, so all in all, it's a good trip. I'm pretty sure this is just for 50 rupees. Like, it is so not worth it. because I could just get 50 from killing stuff for like 5 minutes. But it is a unique drop. Well, not a unique drop, but you know what I mean. It is a item drop somewhere in the game that I have not picked up, so if I want to be incredibly picky about what's, like, considered 100%, I could require stupid crap like this. Totally doesn't count, though. Oh my god, please. This is like... That room, like, rivals the, throw the boomerang at the crystal to make the block cycle puzzle that I had in level 9 of BA3, or BA2. Clearly, BA3 is already complete and level 9 has been made, even though there's only 5 levels in that game. Well, 5... kinda. It depends on what you consider a full level, I guess. Obviously, none of them have been made yet, but it's been planned, so... whatever, I've talked about all that before. This run is going significantly better than the last one. Maybe because I don't have a pile of bullshit cycling around constantly. That would help. There we go. Oh, actually, that might be 200. Yeah, okay. So I've maxed out then. Some of that money was wasted, but I mean, I don't really care that much. Let's go to the witch. Why is there a witch here? I'm not sure. I mean, it might not even be a witch. Like, why can't an old lady stir stuff in a cauldron without being called a witch? That's just rude. I don't think this is actually the right house. No, it isn't. But yeah, when I do get to the other level, I'm probably gonna, like, keep a mental count of how many locked doors I open versus how many keys I find. If there even are keys in the level, I'm not sure if there are. And determine if the magic key was actually necessary. Where the hell? I think it's up there. Also, I never really understood how the gambling game in this works. Like, I don't know if it's just completely RNG or if there's, like, a pattern to it. Because I think in the actual NES game, it's possible to manipulate it to always win. But this is a recreation and doesn't use the exact same mechanics, so probably does not work in the same way. Okay, well, I am now, trying to think if there's anything I should buy real quick. Well, my money's counting down now. I don't have enough time to get to, like, a super bomb shop. But, yeah, I can't think of anything else I need to do, so let's head over to the Isle of the Winds, I suppose. And, so I've got something to say about these, whirlpools here, because... Okay, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a long-winded explanation here, so bear with me. For the cutscenes in BA3, I decided that, like, the usual way that you do cutscenes in Zelda Classic is you just use timed warps to send you between screens to basically do animations, but whenever you want to have text on screen, you don't want to use a timed warp because people read at different speeds and you want to give enough time for them to read it. So usually on those screens, you just, like, press down to advance. And you do that by just having a side warp at the bottom. And, I thought it would be cool if instead of pressing down to advance, you press A to advance. And you can do that by just having, like, things triggered by the sword surrounding you, that when you hit them, it makes, like, a staircase appear underneath you. But you are going to start the game with the sword, and I don't want to have it, like, change partway through. So I thought, instead of doing that, what if I have it so you're actually in water in the cutscenes, and then when you press A, you dive, and that triggers a dive warp. And that actually sounded like a really cool idea to me, because not only would it let you do the, like, proceed through the cutscenes that way, but when you're in water, you also can't use any items except for the lens. So you wouldn't be able to use, like, the whistle to mess up the timing on warps. You wouldn't be able to, like, randomly make sword sound effects or have the boomerang flying through the cutscene and stupid crap like that. So I'm like, all in all, this sounds like a good idea. I go to test it. It does not work. The reason it doesn't work is because of a few different reasons. Basically, water and warping into water doesn't ever behave the way I expect it to. And it has, like, so many stupid rules to it. Like, right here, this is what's called a swim warp. It's basically a staircase, but you have to swim into it to activate it. So it's basically just a water tile that warps you. And as you can see here, when you go into one of these, it drops you onto another swim warp, but it doesn't immediately warp you again until you move off of it and move back, which is also pretty much how staircases work, but that's fine. The issue is, if you warp into water, like if you're on one screen and you take a warp and then the destination is in water, you will be in the swimming animation unless there's a message string that appears on the screen, and in that case it doesn't put you in water. So it's like, I can't use the water on every screen because the ones that have messages, it won't let you be in, like, it's really fucking stupid. And the dive warps are kind of like the swim warps, where it's like, unless you move off of the tile that you're on and move back, it doesn't let you dive again. Like, you can dive, but it won't do anything. So basically, for it to work the way I wanted it to, I would require the player to have to wiggle first before they do it. And that's really dumb, and I don't want to do that, so I'm still gonna use the water for, like, animated cutscenes just to prevent item usage, but I'm not gonna have the dive warps because there's no way for me to really make them work that well. It's really stupid, and I hate that it works that way. And the other thing I discovered is that I thought, like, maybe to prevent the, like, warping into a screen with water with text not working problem, like, if I have you appear on a conveyor belt that pushes you into water, then that would work. But the problem with that is the conveyor belts also didn't behave the way I expected, because for some reason, when you warp into these screens... How do I get rid of this again? Whistle in the middle. When you warp onto a conveyor belt on a screen with text, or maybe just in general, I don't know if the text is required, it, like, moves you up a tile before, like, as soon as you enter the screen, basically. And so, like, if the conveyor belt is moving down, it tries to move you up while it's moving you down, and you basically soft lock. And if you're moving any other direction, it moves you up a tile in addition to whatever way the conveyor belt is pushing you. So, like, if you're moving right, or if it pushes you right, you move, like, a half tile up, and one tile... It's, like... It's really fucking stupid. And if it pushes you up, then you just move 2 full tiles up. And it's like, I can still work with that, but it's dumb. Why does it do that? Like, I don't even know. But another side effect of this is, when you do that, it also makes it so you can walk around while text is still displaying, which is unusual. It usually, like, you have to wait until the text finishes. What the hell is this? Okay, so hold on. This room, I'm guessing, is the Triforce check. This room, a guy is appearing with no message string, and I can't continue, so I'm gonna guess bait. Yep, okay. Just required bait usage, alright then. Can you get off, please? But yeah, it's like, if I ever want to have an area where you can walk around with text displaying, I can make use of this conveyor belt trick. Like, I would have that as, like, an option to skip a cutscene. It was an interesting discovery, it just wasn't what I needed to know. I imagine that a lot of the development of this game is going to be full of random bullshit like that, where it's just things that make no sense are discovered and throw off my plans. it just me or are these wizards taking too long to kill? Also, this music. It's very hyperactive. It reminds me of, like, a Kirby boss. Like, not any specific one in particular, it sounds like the kind of music that would play during a Kirby boss. Because Kirby music is usually really fast and hyperactive anyway. Alright, so is this bombable or something? Let's just walk through. I don't know if I want to be doing walkthrough until I explore all the places I can normally go first. Gonna bomb us some Dodongos. So yeah, I don't know if so far what I'm getting from this level is just the usual enemy spam bullshit. It's not as bad as like some of the previous stuff I've encountered, but I'll give it time. It might get there. Can we please? Ugh. Whatever, I've got plenty of bombs. But yeah, just for the record, since I've not actually stated like how far along it is, not very. BA3 progress has been very slow at best. Mainly just because I went through a couple really shitty weeks of work and just never felt like working on it when I got home, basically. I did a little bit of stuff with it yesterday. It's been very minor, but I have like at least the beginning of the opening cutscene has been started. I made like a graphic with like a blinking animation, and it looks fairly decent, and I thought that was the same screen. I was just making sure. So just little stuff like that. So I do fully intend on showing off the completed intro once it's done as like a preview thing. So when it's done, you'll find out about it. Also, McCall is the Raffinan. Still not going to explain what that means. I don't know why I'm killing that like, just ignore it. Okay. Anyway, so I've gotten one normal key so far. So we know that there are keys in this level, it's just there must not be enough. And so I guess by getting the magic key, I could technically skip most of the level. Oh shit, are these fire wizards? There's a bat summoner. Yeah, these are fire wizards. Let's ignore these. Wait, there's no hookshot target? I thought I could... Maybe I can't ignore them. Maybe I have to kill all the enemies. Would not be surprised. It is this game, after all. And I think we learned from the previous dungeon with the Room of 5,000 Bats that these don't throw off the enemy counter when it comes to respawning stuff. So I could just leave the screen and come back to, like, reset the enemies, but... Did I kill it? I guess I did. So wait, what am I supposed to do then? Like, I tried the torch. It's apparently not the torch. There's nothing else to target. I guess maybe that's just a way back. Huh. I don't know what the point of this screen is. I will have to try to remember it for later. Yeah, I've got nothing really to say about this level. It's just kind of wander around and fight enemies and collect keys, which is what most levels have been. I was hoping for a little bit more variety in this one, like some decent puzzles and stuff, but that still might happen. 'Tis hard to say. Is there something hidden on this screen that I should be aware of? Yeah, I can blow this up. Of course, Super Bomb, why not? Because I'm just apparently swimming in those things. I don't need to conserve them or anything. I mean, I don't know what else I'd use them for, but I don't want to have to leave the level and get some and come back. That would be annoying. Okay, so that's 2 keys. I think this whole section is cleaned out then. Doesn't appear that I can really do anything else over here. This doesn't even look like there would be a hookshot target, but I wouldn't be able to anyway. I think I've already been to the right. Just double checking. I think it was just the first key that I got. Yeah, that goes up, and then you get the key. Okay. So that right there looks like there's a route that I have to enter from the top or bottom, and then go through the other way with either walkthrough or bombable, so I'll have to watch out for that, I guess. And have I been up here? No, I have not. Was there a different turn in this room? If that's a one-way door, then no. It doesn't appear that there's anything I can do here. And this was the bait room, so yeah. Perhaps going through a level extremely methodically and checking every door 5 times is not the most exciting thing to do, but if I don't do that, I will probably get lost, so whatever. Let's just take all the damage. Okay, so what am I doing here? Pushing the... Okay, so these statues are always looking in a certain direction. I'm guessing that indicates what way they can be pushed. I don't know why this one is shooting, and it's not a crazy eye statue. Is it shootable? Yes, it is. Okay. So wait, what did that actually do? Hold on. Okay, it like filled in gaps in the floor. I like, didn't even notice those. Alright, so yeah, I want to move... What do I put on this button? Because, yeah, these, I assume, only move the way that the eye points. That would make sense. Maybe I can move the crazy eye statues any direction? I haven't tried pushing them yet. Or just the dark block on the right. Yep, okay. And let's just have a million things in here, why not? How nice of that enemy to drop bombs. Not that I needed more. It would be nice if you could force enemies to always drop a certain thing. Like, you can put a, you can put, like, an item that appears in the room when all the enemies are dead, but if you collect it, it'll never come back. Like, I assume later versions of Zelda Classic let you do stuff like that. I just mean, like, in 192, you can't do it. Which means that, there is a definite possibility that several points of my game will have to include, like, shops that let you buy items for free that you, like, warp into and immediately warp out of, just to kind of, like, guarantee that you always get an item when you need it. I think that's how I'm gonna do the, like, random encounter reward money stuff. Because in Mitch I had those, but once you collected it, it was gone. You couldn't, like, continually grind an enemy and get more out of it. I like the way this Patra looks in the preview window, where it's just kind of floating around in a specific position. And because it's like, it is animating between 2 frames, it's just you can't see it because the FPS in the recording isn't good enough. Also, this is a big level. It, in traditional level 9 fashion, seems to be taking up the whole 8x8 square. Or no, actually, 7x8. It's not taking up the left column unless there's hidden rooms over there. Okay, so this is just a return to the beginning, but I can't actually go back up, so whatever. But yeah, this one was Virgo, I think it said when I went in. All the other ones have kind of looked like their astrological symbols. This one just kind of isn't. It just looks like the map from level 8 in BA2. Just kind of a big square with a couple of random holes missing. Let's solve this puzzle, because it was so fun the first time. Trying to think if there would have been a way to make these permanent once you solve them. If it's a Dungeon D map, secrets are never permanent, so they'd have to change it to a cave. Oh boy, Bat Wizrobe. And just... I don't actually see a reason to kill this, but I hate it, so it has to die anyway. Of course it'll appear far out of the way. Go away, nobody likes you. I like how for a second there I'm like, maybe I shouldn't use arrows because I spent most of my money earlier and I have to like conserve them, and then I look up and I'm like, oh, I've got 113, I'm probably fine. Okay, so these statues are also looking in a single direction, but it doesn't look like I can push it. Is it hookshot? Yes it is, okay. Let me go back to the left though, because I have not checked over there yet. Oh boy, Vires. And Wallmasters. How many Wallmasters can we cram in here? 6? No, only like 3? Okay. How does one get down there? See, I don't know if that, like, warp destination panel is from when you go in that warp and then come out of it, or if that's, like, a destination from a different warp. Because I might have to, like, go through that wall from the screen below this. Just making sure none of this is intangible. Yeah. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about my shield getting stolen anymore. Actually, I'm not curious enough to actually test it right now because I don't want to take unnecessary damage in the process, but I am curious if you can, like, hide inside a like to avoid damage from other enemies. I don't think you can. I think they would still hurt you. I'm not positive, though. Alright, what do I do? Better not be freaking Super Mom. Okay. When in doubt, use the whistle. When there's no indication of what to do, the whistle is usually the solution. Oh, and we have extra bats. Okay, so now that they're all dead, will it spawn in the Wizrobe, or... yeah, well... whatever, just freaking go, I don't care. I hate not knowing what is a kill all enemies room and what isn't. I assume there's no reason to kill it in this screen. I can't see any reason why I would have to. Like, that, there's no indication that an item would drop in here, and there's barely any room for one. So I'm just gonna assume that I don't have to. And I think... No, I've not been down here. How many keys are we at? 3? Probably gonna need to heal soon. Okay, so I wasn't actually picking up on this until just now, but I think these mini-boss rooms are actually like the bosses of previous dungeons, because this is definitely the like tile set that was used in the forest dungeon. And I didn't really pay attention to what the other ones looked like, but that is probably the case. Which, if that's the case, I'm guessing there's 8 of these and I need 9 keys. So you have to buy one, but if you buy the magic key instead, you can bypass all the mini-bosses. That probably seems like something that should do. Now, I don't actually know where I'm supposed to go to use these keys, so even if I did want to bypass the mini-bosses, I don't have that answer yet, but it's something to keep in mind, I suppose. Alright, this door will not open as far as I can tell, so not gonna bother. Let's cram 6 blue Lionels in the screen, why not? Oh, this is bombable, I'm glad I checked. Yeah, spike traps. Why is that one warping? What the hell is going on in this screen? No, really. Okay. Let me look at the... Why are they teleporting? That's really weird. So let's just fill the screen with as much bullshit as possible. Trap can't even move now. Maybe, like, if they don't return to their home location in enough time, they just warp? That's odd. I don't know. Yeah, conveyor belts, because they work so well. Disable both my item and my sword, good. Actually, I don't think it did. I think I was just being bad. You. You. Does this give me the privilege of fighting another boss? No, because the door doesn't open. Bombable? No. Okay, what do I do? Do I just push one of the blocks? Going back to the old Zelda 1 standby of when you're not sure what to do. Yeah, there you go, just push every block. Ugh. This... I don't know if this is a block puzzle or if this is like an invisible maze. This is... I don't know what this is. Okay. It was just push one of the blocks and hope you don't soft lock? Question mark? This is an invisible maze. Why hello, random car beeping. I like how I'm... Like, earlier on, when I was trying to get the money I needed, I was, like, careful to not use the lens too often because I didn't want to drain all my money with that. And then I remembered that the lens doesn't actually use money in this, it uses magic. So it's like, that's pretty much the only thing I'm using magic for at this point, because the candle is basically worthless, and I never bother using the wand. Alright. This has been a long and winding path. I hope it leads to something of note. Oh god, is this going to be the end? Like, where I use all the keys? No? It seemed to have that sort of finality to it, I don't know why. Alright, we got 2 hearts. What boss are we going to fight here? Something that I absolutely need the potion for. Although I probably should have not used it immediately. So what bosses have I fought? I think 2 Patras, a Digdogger, this thing, and a pair of Aquamentus. I think one of the Patras gave the map, though. Not a key. I don't even remember. I've already lost track of how many keys I have. I think this would be number 4. I don't really care that much. If I happen to bumble into the end of the dungeon before I have all the necessary keys, I might just go for it. I'll see how I feel. Okay, so I can either go back the long way, or I can take a shortcut out of this. I don't... No, there was a split path. I should go back. I didn't remember there being a split path, but the map shows one of the screens having a door that I've not gone in. I do wonder how the map determines that. If it just uses the doors template for dungeons, I guess that makes sense. I think I've seen it show stuff like that just for like cave D maps too, though, and those don't have placeable doors. I think you might be able to use placeable doors in caves, but whatever. It's not really what I'm trying to talk about. So yeah, room 2 to the right of this, you can evidently go up. Let's confirm that. After going through this excellent room. How am I so low on health again? That worked out oddly well. Okay, so this is going to be a great puzzle. We shoot the dark nut with the wand to light the torch, which will in turn probably create a block that I can push. Instead of just directly opening the door, it has to have an extra step added to it because this is DK64. Alright. Why not? Guess we'll go in this one because I just opened it. Oh, God. I'll just stand here. They'll just die from reflected magic. It'll be fine. Can I not die? Okay, thank you, fairy. I'm trying to think how many times in DK64 that actually happens, where you do a thing in order to do another thing. Like, that in itself isn't necessarily bad game design, also good. I like how I can go through this corner here. But, I remember, like, this particular example in, like, Fungi Forest, where it's, like, as one character, you play your instrument in order to make a switch for a different character appear, which in turn opens an area for a different character. I don't remember if it was actually that many steps, but I think it was. And it's just, it was so needlessly involved. Like, it didn't need to have those steps. Because it wasn't hard, it was just tedious. And that's kind of what that last room was like. It's like, okay, so you shoot the thing to light the torch, but instead of that opening the door, it creates a block which you then push 2 inches to open the door. Like, why? I don't know. And if you're going to say it's because pushing blocks opens doors and other secrets don't, you would technically be correct, which is the best kind of correct, but you could make a custom door instead of using the pre-built one, so... Your logic is flawed, you've come undone. And this is a good screen, I'm a fan of this screen. This is a return from a different direction screen, it looks like. Okay, so before I start wandering into unexplored areas, I should probably go back... Oh god. Actually, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna save warp. Get some health back, too. There was that one screen that I said I probably had to, like, enter from a different side. It was somewhere in this left column. I don't remember where it was. I think it might have been 2 above me. I'm gonna just kind of check a bunch of rooms over there and see if any of them have an unexplored exit. Which means I get to solve this puzzle again. Oh, but wait, there's a slight delay because of the item bubble. Let's waste time until my arrows come back. Still can't visually tell the difference between regular bubbles and item bubbles in this quest. I think the item bubbles are slightly greenish. And, surprisingly, I don't think I've actually seen any of the, red and blue variety, like the permanent takeaway and then give back. Because I spammed the hell out of those in my game. Well, games. I don't know why I just said one. Can I get past this? I'll just wait for you to move. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna say this is gonna be key number 5 then. I think is what we're on. What boss do we have this time? Something that is much more manageable than the... Oh, no, it has like 8 heads. That's still irritating. But it's going down a lot faster than the other one was, so that's fine. And let's not stand on the exit warp as it dies, thank you. Okay. Okay, so I think that covers everywhere that I've already been. Like, I don't think there's any stuff that I've missed on any of those screens, so... Let's go wander off somewhere else now. Did I just walk through... I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing there. I feel like I just walked through that block. It was weird. Alright, I have not been right a screen above this, if it even lets me do that. I don't remember what's north of this. Yeah, I haven't been that way. Somehow managed to get through that, because if I had hit a single enemy with the hook shot while trying to cross that gap, it would have not worked. It was like the one frame that it was actually open. You may not be able to tell because of frame rate issues, but there are 4 blue Wizrobes on this screen. Please. Just why? Why do we need this many enemies? I'm glad that the fire boomerang can stun these. I'm slightly annoyed by the fact that you can't actually hurt them with it, though. Because that would be useful. Oh well, I will take what I can get. Okay, so at some point I have to enter this screen from below. I'm guessing this loops around. So maybe. Oh, yeah, there's probably a bomb a little down there. Well, let's go that way before I forget about it. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm checking these walls with the lens. I can just push up against it, and if that doesn't work, then I can check. Or I can just use the bomb and deal with it. I have 40 of them. Doesn't really matter either way. So how many, unique puzzles have we had in this level so far? Like, maybe 3? And by unique, I'm counting just typical block puzzles also. Just anything that isn't a kill enemies room. I don't know, I always prefer puzzle rooms over enemy rooms. They're just more interesting, I feel. Good screen. Is this going to be a another key, or is this going to be like the place where you use all the keys? There is a Ganon statue. I don't know if that's indicating anything, though. And it did nothing. What? Am I supposed to super bomb it? Am I supposed to whistle? Okay, whistle did not work. Regular bomb did not work. Oh, surprisingly, super bomb didn't work either. Arrow. Okay, that one may... Okay, I guess that was a waste of a super bomb. It is Ganon. Hitting it with a silver arrow does make sense. It's the check to make sure you have arrows. Good boss. So is that 6 now? Let me do a quick map comparison here. Yeah, it looks like the entire left half of the dungeon I've been everywhere. There's just some stuff on the right I haven't done yet. So I think I've been covering my bases. And even if I haven't, again, it's not like it really matters because I have the magic key anyway. It's just kind of a matter of finding the place to use them at this point. Hearts are good. I would like more hearts. No, that was not a heart. I don't know why, but I like the existence of this little lava pit here, because to me, that means that when this room was being designed, there was a conscious effort to be like, you know what, no, let's not have a solid floor over here. If you have 9 whole spaces to walk in without some kind of, like, irritation involved, it's too much. You have to put something there. Okay, I was worried that these were wind robes. I forgot what those looked like. Anyway, don't care. Let's get out of here. Oh, this is the final gauntlet. Okay. So there's still a whole section in this level I've not visited. Assuming I have 6 keys, let's see how many doors there are. Here's 1. 2. Get out of my way. 3. 4. I like how that lit the room up. 5. And that would be 6 right there. So let me see here. There's number 7 in this room, and then... So this is going to be 7, 8, 9, maybe 10? It's hard to say. So probably 9 or 10. Well, assuming the compass is the, like, destination after the final boss and not the final boss itself, it looks like probably 9, which was my original guess. But yeah, I could continue. Don't really want to, because I'd like to see what else is in this level. I'm already, like, at the hour mark of this video, so, I mean, it has no reason to go on any longer, but If we're gonna 100% this game, we're gonna do it right. Alright, so... There's, just kind of comparing maps here again. I've been up there, I've been down there. I have not been in this rightmost section, and that's actually the only part I haven't visited unless there's something unmapped. So either I can walk through or bomb one of those walls. Oh, there's like a... This screen here has a door facing right, but I think that was the room that I said was like a return room. So I have to either come in from one of these, or there's like an unrelated staircase warp somewhere. So I guess I'm going back over there to check that out. Let me save and heal, and I will actually just cut back when I find it, because I don't know how long it'll take. Okay, I believe this is probably where I'm supposed to be. So yeah, I did some wandering. I found like a bombable wall somewhere that was just a shortcut. It doesn't really matter that much. This screen I have not actually bombed upwards, and that should lead to new areas. Yeah, I've not actually been over here yet. So hopefully this will have the last couple things in it. I know it'll have one of them because I had forgotten about that one, like, capital I-shaped room with all the lava in it that I couldn't cross. Ugh. This is so stupid, come on. What the hell is this? I'm trying to think of a way to make this setup more obnoxious. Like, let's have a spike trap that is basically unavoidable. Well, it's not completely unavoidable, but it's like the wall masters that get in your way. Just every part of this is engineered specifically to be just complete ass. Come on. How do I even... I guess from this side. That was unfortunate. I, like, appeared in the wall there. Or in the lava. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. Is this just another push the block and hope you don't soft lock room? Because I liked the last one. I'm glad that we have another. This one specifically has an arrow, so I'm going to guess this is the correct one. It was not. Looks like it's probably the one on the left. Oh, screw you. Come on. All the wall masters back? Okay, thank God they're not. Get out of my way. I suppose for this one I could have used the lens to see where the new blocks are going to appear, but where's the fun in that? I need to make sure that this actually will be an open path. Yeah, it looks like it. I'm also hoping... Oh, god damn it. Invisible pits? Really? Now I gotta go all the way back. At least I kind of know the way there now. That was dumb. Like, that really was just... There's no other way to put that. That was just really dumb. There was no way that I was supposed to know that that was there. I guess it was suspicious that it was a wide open room, because every other room in this game is completely stuffed with random detritus filling it up. Not that that's a bad thing. I'd honestly take that over the way that I usually design dungeons, which is just large empty room with like a couple blocks. I've always been bad at making them look interesting. So I don't really know what I'm complaining about. I just... Apparently that's what I do. I just complain. Can you please go the right way? Please. Yeah, I see you there. You're real cute. Come on. Like... I can just do this. Whatever. To this level's credit, I found that you can just do this. It's not as effective here as it was in a different corner, but yeah, you can just stand on the ladder and swing away and nothing will be able to hit you. Well, I guess the fireballs can. I was gonna say, to the level's credit, at least it uses a Dark Nut as the wand blocking target instead of the Genie that I used when I did a similar puzzle in BA2. Because that thing can actually die from the wand fire, so it's like you could kind of screw yourself over. I don't like this room. I don't want to be back in here. Oh, the Wallmasters didn't come back. Somehow. Okay. I'm fine with it now. This time, let's not wander into an invisible pit. Yeah. What I think I was going to say before I got rudely interrupted by the invisible pit was, I'm just kind of hoping this level doesn't actually have a boss key anywhere in it, because I haven't found one yet. And if it's not in, like, these next couple screens, I don't know where it would be. I don't like this. I feel like I'm gonna get knocked into the hole. Okay. So yeah, there's the 2 rooms north of me, and then there's one where I can go through the left side and potentially get a key that way, so... Oh, you're a motherfucker. I do not care for that one bit. What are the odds I'm going to get through this room unscathed? I should be able to ladder across the middle. Let's just go for it. Okay. Ooh, but I do have to... There's Wallmasters! Where is it? Okay, it's not going to hit me. This is just the, be careful that you don't have to redo everything section of the dungeon, apparently, because you had the invisible pits in the last room, and then you've got this freaking gargle mesh. Get rid of the Wallmasters, at least. Please. Gotta have freaking 9 of them. No, you're too close for my liking. Oh, no, no, go away. Anyway, I assume I can go through the top wall and the left wall here. I'm kind of wanting to get rid of this jerk-ass first, but I'll leave it, I guess. Let's go this way. Oh, actually no, because if I do that, I'm going to have to redo this whole section. Let's try to go up. Yeah, it's a walk-through wall. If the frickin' spike trap doesn't knock me out of the way. Okay. Mirror robes, cool. This is just... This whole section of the dungeon is everything that I hate. I'm still waiting on the Death Knights. They're gonna show up eventually. Final boss is just 10 Death Knights, calling it now. I was asked at one point which is worse, Mirror Robes or Death Knights, and I honestly don't know. They're both pretty shitty. Death Knights technically do more damage, but they're also, like, you can kill them through brute force, like, just have a lot of HP and some potions, and just stand there and swing your sword at it and hope that it dies. These, you can't do that. These, you have to, like, actually employ some level of strategy, and depending on how many of them you cram into a room and what the room's layout is, it can be, like, nearly impossible. I'm gonna have to get a potion, too. This actually looks like a potential boss key dropping room, now that I think about it. So this might have been necessary even with the key that I bought. Because I'm pretty sure the magic key does not open boss doors. I don't actually know from experience, because I've never played a quest that had both. Get out of the wall. Yo. Do something. What are you doing? Come on. Yeah, there was a boss key. Alright. I guess I'm glad I came here then. And walk through wall, get hit by spike trap, immediately get warped out of room from tornado. Luckily that did not happen. Okay. Possible last boss. I have no potions, so let's make it count. Oh god. I got a heart at least. Shit. As soon as I kill this thing, I'm saving and leaving the dungeon and getting a potion. Alright. I'm going to assume that was the final key. Not that it really matters, but even if it wasn't, it's the final one as far as I'm concerned. Alright, leaving to get potion and coming back. I now invite you, the viewer, to watch with me as I go in and out of this door to get the last couple hearts in order to get up to full health, because that's what I've been doing for about a... Oh, there it goes, actually. It took, that right there may have not been a good indication of how long that took, but, it was annoying, because I, lost almost all of my life getting through this dungeon again, because basically everything respawned, and it was annoying. So we're just gonna kinda try and... I was gonna say let's just try and get through these enemy screens with as little combat as possible, but that's apparently not happening, because, I lost a heart there and I wanted to gain it back. But, yeah, let's really actually try that this time. So, if I counted my keys correctly, I used 6. I should have, like, 1 more from the dungeon. This. I have the boss key, and then I have the one that I would have purchased if I needed to do that. So there should just be 2 regular locked doors, and a boss door after this, I think. If not, then either I missed one, or you needed to buy 2 keys. Oh god, this screen. Immediately get the fuck out of there. There's 1, there's a super dark nut, there's 2, and there's the boss key. Okay. Windrobes on the final screen. Why not? Seems perfectly reasonable to me. And it's just the Ganon fight again. I was thinking it might be something different. Because we already fought Ganon in, like, the Nightmare world. And this one is not going to be any different. It's the same boss fight. Maybe with a few more random statues shooting everywhere. But if you fought one Zelda 1 Ganon, you fought them all. And there it goes. So, that just leaves the question, is the screen after this actually like the Save Zelda screen, or is there going to be more? No, it is. Okay. And I have the ability to move around with text on screen. Weird. I don't think there was a conveyor belt. Town Island. It's such a good name. Escort me out of here, handsome. Missing a comma in the final message. Alright. And I'm guessing she's surrounded by flag 15, so as soon as I stand there, it'll end the game. I guess that was it then. Yeah, okay. That was slightly anticlimactic, I've got to say. A new bride, I see. Can the graphics mess up a little bit more? Have many children, as seen in my inner life. But no, again, is never seen again until when he is eventually seen again. Okay, well that was apparently Isle of the Winds, and we have 5 seconds of credits because it's a Zelda Classic quest, so no time for me to really talk over this part. But I mean, as usual with these things, there's not really much else for me to say. I obviously died a lot of times in this one because of huge amounts of enemy spam. I wouldn't call it a badly designed quest. I did like a lot of aspects of it. I just kind of wish the enemies had been cut down a little bit. But whatever. I mainly did this as a way to kind of reacquaint myself with 192. I think it did a good job of that. Maybe there were certain things it could have done better, but it was still pretty good. As I've said on many occasions, of course, always it like messes up after you beat it. Oh, it actually... See, I wasn't sure if it would, like, kick me back to the beginning of the quest if I loaded it up again, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Am I even saying words? I don't know, I'm probably saying words. Another reason I did this was just to, like, have an excuse to talk about random BA3 stuff. That'll still continue in other videos whenever I have something worth talking about. But, yeah, that's it for this one. Next is apparently Pokemon Crystal, which I haven't started yet, obviously. I was planning on finishing Stadium 1 before I did that. If I get the inclination to stream that sometime soon, I will do that. If I don't, I might just start Crystal without finishing it. It's not a huge deal. But that'll be a thing. And my schedule is still up in the air. It's going to be one video per week. What day of the week that is just depends on if I'm busy, basically. If I miss one week, I'll make up for it on the next. That's all I can really say. Yeah, hope you enjoyed my suffering.